Okay, 1846. Good luck. We've actually played before. So opponent has 5,600 games. Very good. I better stick to the carrow rather than experimenting. A strong opponent, and I don't know the Sicilian really that well against the strong players. So let's take back. Knight up, and then we're just going to try and castle. So he plays c4. I think I'm going to take there. You don't really want to allow these dangerous lines. It's very attacking this. I don't think a sacrifice is good here, so I think knight up is alright. It's just a case of, am I going to play e6 and keep the bishop back, or try and get the bishop up in e6? Knight across is what I'd expect here, because it can blunder bishop up with, then you've got the sacrifice and take. So the better idea is bishop f5, but do I deal with this first? Actually, I'm just going to go e6. I'm just going to go cautiously. If you play bishop up here, it blunders, takes, and knight check and collect. Let's just develop here and get castled. Okay, so he's played b3, so we will get castled. Now we've got b6, or we've got a6 and b5. Does it matter? I'm just going to go b6, I think, and I'll put the bishop on the diagonal, or I'll directly challenge this bishop. Okay, he's played queen up, so I think that leans you to going here, because you're threatening to take the knight. If he comes forward, you've got bishop up to challenge the center. You've got knight up. So I'm going to go here and hit the knight. I'd expect maybe knight up, or he might move the knight. He won't want to move the queen back. So he has played his knight up. So let's get our knight developed and preparing maybe rook across to create a pin, and really just a development move. So he's played knight forward, so he's happy to trade. So is there any trick there? Take takes, I don't have queen up. I don't think there is, so I'm going to stick to this rook across, because I'm threatening b5 as an annoying move. Of course he could take, he could also play knight across here, lots of options. So he's brought his queen back. Okay, so pawn up, he just takes now, right? There's no trick there. Knight takes here. Knight across doesn't look bad, does it? He can't push up. I like the idea of knight takes here. I've just got to figure out where this is going to go. But there's a nice center of the board square. So do we go here? Do we challenge the knight and try and trade everything? Knight takes, bishop takes. Has he got a trick? But we've closed this diagonal down, so it feels alright. But here, I don't see where I'm going to go. So I'm going to go forward and actually just challenge the knight. But I think I'll take with a bishop if he takes, and then my queen's well guarded. If I take the queen first, he can throw knight check in, which is a bit annoying. So I'm just going to take back. I guess I'll take with this rook if he captures. I don't think he will. And indeed he doesn't. He goes back. So what do we do here? If I go here, we just walk into a pin. So I think we need to come all the way back, right? I don't see any other tricks or potential threats. But is he going to launch one? Well, let's worry about that if he does. I don't think a sacrifice there is any good. I expect to move more like rook across either of the rooks. Then I've got to figure out a safe square. Like if he goes this one, queen here, this rook here. My queen's a little bit perilous. He's gone with the other rook. But I don't have any other moves, do I, apart from going here. He's playing very well here, doing very well. I'm going to have to try and activate my rook. I think he might have been better going this rook to then this one here. Then I'm going to end up having to shuffle the queen quite a lot. It might be fine, but it's more space for white here. So white is doing very well here. Yeah, he has indeed gone for that. I thought that seemed a bit bold because he's going to have to reinforce it, you would think, with g4 to try and trap the bishop. And that seems a bit bold to me. Do I throw a bishop in immediately or do I wait for this? Probably wait for that. So rook across, say goes g4, that's the danger move. I can shift a bishop with a check. He gets on a light square, and then I just throw another check in. And I've always got pawn forward before he pushes. Takes, it's dangerous, isn't it? It's dangerous, but I want to do that. I want to get a rook active and try and trade a set of rooks if I can. Take some of the heavy pieces off the board, then this kingside attack is a little bit less dangerous. Not a lot, just a little bit, but it's a bit less dangerous. So rook across, I think I'm happy just to trade. I've got to give my king an emergency square. I've once kind of already done that, now they push the f pawn. Okay, so he is trying to go all in, isn't he? He's trying to go all in. So is this a move? Can we target this? I'm looking at bishop up, threatening rook in. Do I throw a check in first though and put him on the diagonal? Because then if he pushes, he's already on a light square. So I'm looking at check with a view to going bishop here, threatening this. Does it matter which square he's on? I'm not sure it does, but I'm going to do it. I think I'm going to go here, threatening this and maybe trying to force this off. Oh, I didn't expect that though. I didn't expect him to go on that square. So I could actually play bishop up and just directly challenge the bishop, right? Rook across, I'm okay to take. He would have to take, I take, and he takes here. That seems alright. Because this is only going to work if he really goes all in. So do I want to do this, or do I want to do this and threaten rook here? But if I'm here and rook across, trade, I'm going to have to play a holding move, and I've not got a lot. If I go here, if he doesn't want to trade, he's got to do one of these. If he trades, I get the rook active. But I've still got a back rank issue. Do I go up one? Do I go up two? I'm looking at playing my holding move immediately then and see if he does this, but might be a bit slow. But if I do this, then he goes here. Then I've got bishop up, creating this threat to just get the queen off immediately. I've also got queen across, I've just realised. So down now, queen down. We can force the queen off that way. Say goes here, takes. And I'm going to get active, aren't I? But if I go here, down, let him push, takes. It's too dangerous, isn't it? Too dangerous. I'm going to go this way. I'm going to try and get the bishop off. I probably should have trusted my instincts there. I might have gone wrong here, but dangerous position, very dangerous position. We might have played something similar previously. We might have done. Yeah, I've pushed him into a nice position here, haven't I? Stack isn't on. Here isn't on now. I've put him to a good position. Here isn't on. Actually, I might be better going up two then. Down, takes. It's dangerous, isn't it? Now let's just go up one. He's going to play forward, and what do I do about it? I've got here now, but I don't have the threat of coming in. Maybe queen up, threatening this. Oh, actually, no, if he goes here to go here now, he's got to deal with this because we're double attacking it. And queen here, I'm still keeping the pressure on the pawn. He's playing a very dangerous game, isn't he? But he's just done this. He's tempting me to do it so he can go here. So I think that's what he wants. I've got to be careful about walking into something, but right now it's not on. What do I do here? Or has he just walked in to allow a pin here? Because if he takes, I take the bishop. He might have blundered. He's just allowed b5 and he can't move because the bishop hangs, unless he's got a trick that I'm not seeing. I'm down to 4.5 minutes, getting low on time. Has he got that knockout reply? Have I missed a tactic somewhere, possibly? f5, I think I simply take it with the bishop. Or I could take the pawn and then take with check on e5 with the bishop and then take this one. But I don't see a knockout blow apart from taking, and we take here. And if he comes forward, I think we take. As long as my position's not collapsing, I'm not missing a tactic. I think it wins a piece. God, it's so easy to miss in it, but I was aware of this idea a few moves back, but it just wasn't a concept then. And he might go all in with a move like g4, just think, right, I'll go all in. But if I take the bishop, if he plays f5, then e5 is still weak. So we might have got a bit of luck this one. Yeah, he definitely hadn't seen it because he's using a lot of thinking time now, so that's good for me that he hadn't seen it. But his best bet is to probably just write the piece off. It's just a case of which bishop to lose and then play quickly. That's probably his best bet. But which one does he give up? I mean, the game's in an arena, so he could just resign and move on to the next game, but he's still got 3 minutes on the clock. If he's a naturally quick player, he could easily flag me because I'm not a naturally quick player. Even though I play bullet, I'm not a naturally quick player. He'll be looking to see if there's any triangulations like bishop takes pawn. Yeah, he's moved that bishop, so he wants to keep the dark one. So I'm going to take here and then maybe come back. Oh, he's played bishop forward. Okay, so do we sack and say 2 for 1? Or do we play here, threatening a check? Oh, not there. He's covered that here. That's probably a good idea, isn't it? And threaten a check, he goes back. Here he has to come forward, but I could just do this. 2 bishops, but let's not burn all the clock. We're up on the clock, so it's valuable time. He's going to take back here. Now, when he plays g4, which he will do, there's no point me going here to induce it, because he can just play g4. So I think he will play it, but I'm wondering if I can go here, get this off. I can't right now, unless there's a trick. I don't see it, but I've got bishop here now. I can check as well, but I can play bishop here to hit the rook and then come in the center. Oh, mind you, that might allow him to go here, but then surely just check. And then queen up. That's crushing, right? So do I check first so I can go here? But here across, it looks safe to me. So I'm going to go here. Now I'm going to throw a check in, and then where am I going to go after that? Maybe here. I assume he's going here. There's not really many other options, is there? So check and then here. That's got to be good. It's whether I go with the queen or whether I go with the bishop. So here, he's got a square here, but queen up. And I'm threatening to go here, right? What does he do? Queen back. I might get my bishop trapped, actually. Let's go here. So here, I can go here. Then he can come down. Then have I got bishop here? Ah, then he takes a pawn. The pawn's loose. But if he comes forward, I'm threatening queen up with a back rank mate threat, or get the queen off. It should be winning. It should be. If he goes here, queen up, we threaten a checkmate, and if he defends it, we can still check and get the queen off. Okay, he's got bishop to c7, but I've just got the rook check right, and then the bishop check afterwards. I think that's winning. He's doing the right thing though, using his time, just in case there's a trick or a tactic there that I haven't seen. It could easily happen in any position. Even rook takes g7. I don't think it works, but it's the move, isn't it? He's played across that way. I don't see quite what that does, so how do I get my queen in? How do I get my queen here? I can't go to any of... Oh, I could go here actually, couldn't I? Offer the queen trade. It's a mate threat if he doesn't. If he doesn't trade, it's a checkmate threat. Because my bishop was actually hanging there. But if he doesn't trade, I'm threatening check and mate. Yeah, he's come forward, he's missed it. So that's just check and mate. Difficult position. Very difficult position, wasn't it there? Just after that simple pawn push, that's all it was. Simple pawn push. But he's only got one legal move and it's checkmate there. Very tough game, wasn't it? Very tough. Let's see what it was in engine speak. Pause so I don't accidentally start another game. So we have 30 moves. They're the move times for both players. So let's analyze it. The Caro-Kann defense Panov attack, one of the most dangerous lines you can face. Oh, I have blundered it back to level. I've been much better here and I've blundered it back to level. See, sloppy blunder has come in. Queen to d4 and it's actually level. So I've blundered it terribly at the end there, just not paying attention. So I've played a good game overall. But then I've blundered here. That costs you on another day. It costs you the win, doesn't it? 85 against 73. So let's have a quick flick through and see what it was. So nothing's being flagged in the opening, so we'll just flick through. So we're both playing this well. It's just completely level. We're the first ones to go slightly wrong with knight e4. I should have played knight out here, hanging the knight but hitting this knight. Okay, that's not on my radar, that type of move. Again, not a lot being flagged here, but we're the ones going slightly wrong first. Bishop forward here. I should have played queen to d7 and doubled up here to try and take control of the file. That was the other move I looked at. Then he's blundered with rook f3. And now it's 4.6, but we've blundered it back. With that queen d4 move, we can just see it here. So we've done well to win the piece here. I should have thrown the bishop check in immediately there. That was another move I looked at. Then we're just coming up to our blunder here. Yeah, I should have taken the bishop. So this is actually a blunder and the position is then level. Oh, it must be takes, and rook here, and he attacks two bishops and he's going to win one of them back. Oh, that is careless, isn't it? That is really sloppy beyond belief. What was the actual line? It's on my opponent's line. It just gives queen takes d4, but you can see if I take back rook here, and what do? You're just going to give up a bishop for a pawn, and I've chucked the win away, haven't I? Luckily for me, he's just not seen the checkmate, so very, very lucky there. Played a pretty decent game, and then one sloppy move, and I've blundered back, so one bad blunder each, and we've got a bit of luck and got the win.